Wash my bloody hands and we'll start a new life. Ripped out his throat and called. Hey guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 OMI update video. I have had so much Taco Bell this morning. They changed their menu, which is really interesting. So anyway, just to let you guys know, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I'm the real Randy Chavez. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. So sorry for the impromptu live. I didn't get a chance to go and like advertise it or anything. I just very busy morning. So moving on, what we have here in the thumbnail is the giant, two giants that have overtaken the leaderboard. And the leaderboard that these guys have been, I don't want to shout their real names out right now, but they have been, just in case they don't want it. But they've been around for a while. I'm not sure. I'm sure they've been on the leaderboard prior to this, but this is the first time they have been like super number one and number two. Like to quote, Otto and Twister from Rocket Power, 1-2 finish like always. Bumping Predict and Talsa down. That's $1 million between the both of them. Again, they probably had tens of thousands of dollars on the leaderboard beforehand, because again, these guys have been around for a while. But that just goes to show, like, okay, people are saying, "Oh, game is dead." Okay, well, $1 million was just put into this game. I'm pretty sure the game's not dead, and that's just off one day. So that's about 10x of what we usually have. We usually have about $100-something thousand going in each day. You guys are looking a little cloudy. Hang on real quick. Okay, there we go. A little bit better. So Ari Realty mentioned that to me yesterday. Like after my stream, he's like, "Bro, look at the leaderboard." And I was like, "Okay." And then I goes like, "Bro, who are these two?" And he's like, "Oh, they're these." I'm like, "Oh." Yeah, it was a pretty insane thing for us. Looking at people, not that people are spending that much money. People have that much money to spend. It's like, whoa. And you have a bunch of people that are similar in those ways that just aren't out yet. They just aren't there. They're just, maybe they know what the project is, but they're waiting for phase 2, or they're waiting for this and that. Again, I don't know why you would consistently wait for phase 2, just because for phase 2 you have this, you don't know when it is, and the tiles that you want, the properties that you want, locations that you want could be going up and it could be taken away, and you have no idea. So I would prefer it, for me, again, I just buy when I can, $100-ish a week. Every once in a while, I'll throw in $1,000 a week when I have money. But yeah, it has been like that for the past several months. Moving on to the OMI burn. I was not wrong. I said it would be over 250 million. I was off by about 250 million, because we had 503 million something OMI burned. That is partly because we had a lot of Batman, like Tokidoki was just a small amount, but Batman, there was a large amount of Batman products, especially for the common uncommon, at like 4.5x that of Tokidoki. So like, okay, wow, yeah, that's a lot. And if we consistently do that, again, I don't know what next week is going to bring. I don't know what next week is going to be able to say, are they going to have something as big as Batman? Probably not. I mean, unless they've teased many of DC heroes before, so you could have the first iteration of Wonder Woman. Oh my God, will it look like Gal Gadot? Will it look like, actual DC Justice League Wonder Woman? Will it look like a Justice League Unlimited Wonder Woman, or any of the movies that they have, Justice League War, or any of those? And again, this is just Wonder Woman. Speculation on Green Lantern, you have Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart. I personally like Jon Stewart just because, one, it's a minority in a TV show, so I had to like it a little bit for that. But outside of that, I liked him because that's who I grew up with in watching the DC Justice League and Justice League Unlimited. Jon Stewart was him. And of course, obviously being in the military, I definitely identify with that as well. So it could be him, it could be John, it could be Flash. So many iterations of the Flash. And again, that's just this one superhero thing. It could be Jurassic Park, which we know they have. It could be oh my God, Star Trek. The nerds will come out for that. Like, if you ever remember seeing a Goofy movie where they say, down with the textbooks and out with the comics. Like it's nerds, like they're in like Star Trek like uniforms and they're about to read comic books. So Star Trek has been so ubiquitous and so inculcated into nerd culture that would be huge as well. And again, they've had the new things with Leonard Nimoy with the different movies out the last 10 years or so. Thor is actually Captain Kirk's dad. Yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting that they did that. Spoilers, but it's in like the first 30 seconds of the movie, so you don't really see it. Anyway, yeah, the VV verse is gonna be huge. OMI burn. There's an actual Twitter page called the OMI burn that are looking for partners, or the Daily OMI burn. They're looking for partners to launch their website. We have contacted each other. I can't say exactly what it is right now, but I will advertise that if I decide to move forward with it. Yeah, so expect another website where you're going to be able to have a lot of cool opportunities. So again, that's which is consistent with VV as well. So moving on, I'm going to get to the Q&A part of this. Chris Carter says, "Hey man." Dylan says, "What's up?" Morning. Super 855 says, "Hello Dashi, howdy." Lord Vikusek says, "Hello from Czechia." Oh, howdy. I have not been there yet. Oh, you have reminded me, Lord. Speaking of, there was a giant mega video, like a 55-minute video the other day that Earth 2 Meadow was being interviewed on. And Aria Realty, if you are listening to this, they asked him the question, if you would rather be stuck on an island with Aria Realty or the real Randy Chavez, who would it be? You know who he picked, Aria Realty? Do you know who he picked? He picked me, the real Randy Chavez. And Aria Realty should come with me to Europe next year so we can go and meet everyone. How would you guys like to hang out with the real Randy Chavez and Aria Realty at the same time? That'd be hella fun. I'm trying to get him to go. He does have school, so he probably won't be able to go unless we can go in the summer or a time when he has off. Yeah, that'd be really fun. That'd be really great. I have not traveled internationally with him, even though we were deployed to the same place. It was not at the same time, different locations, different years. Well, same location, it's just different years, different times. Yeah, I'd really love to. I'd love to deploy with him. I'd love to go and travel with him as well and meet all of you. That'd be really fun. Oh, Basilio, good morning. Howdy. West saying we love seeing that OMI burn. Dude, 500 million. That's insane. And the price of OMI hasn't moved up, which is bananas. So you have all these different catalysts going out and which should make the price go up, and it just doesn't. And it's like, I love that. I love the fact that we're burning by the hundreds of millions each time we have a drop. Now, granted, that's because the price is down here. You know, when the price gets to 1 cent, you wouldn't have 500 million. You'd have 100-something million. So yeah, you would have in the 9 figures of amount of OMI being burned. And I think VV made like $10 million yesterday or something, $20 million, something like that, because they sold out and most of it was done with gems. But again, that being said, and I think it's just Android, for whatever reason, Apple won't let you see or use your OMI wallet, which is really weird. But for Android, it does right away. I've never had an issue. What you can do if you don't want to spend gems or monies, you can, and I don't know why you would do this, but you can transfer OMI to your OMI wallet, and you can pay for gems, or you can pay for NFTs with OMI. So if people really wanted to like kind of mess with the company, they could all say like, oh, this week when everything drops, we're all gonna pay for everything in OMI, and this way Vive like doesn't make any money. Like I don't know why you would do that, but it would just be kind of a fun thing. Again, there's 2 reasons why I don't know why you would want VV to not make any money, and 2, I don't know why you would use all that OMI. OMI is supposed to buy and hodl. Buy and hodl, people. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but come on! All right, so Linux says, hey, how's it going? Oh, Speziconic. Hey, Randy, I have 900,000 OMI. Can you describe why you think OMI will go to $1 in a few years? Love your streams. Thank you so much. And I remember you super chatted the other day. Thank you for that, too. Yeah, I would say because you have a bunch of catalysts, again, that you've already had, catalysts that should propel the price higher, but it hasn't done that. It's done a retrace going from 0.007 or 0.008 whenever I got in, and it's less than half that now. And again, it doesn't make sense, but the fundamentals are there. It's attached to an insanely good product. We have the licenses, like the godfather of licenses, Alfred Kahn, along with everyone else. I don't think Alfred Kahn helped with, NFL or MLB, not directly, but when he gets things like unconfirmed, but Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh or any of these things that he's already had like Powerpuff Girls, Cartoon Network, and then it's easier, like Adventure Time. It's easier for other companies to say, okay, yeah, if that's attached, we'll do it. So in a way, indirectly, he did help with getting pretty much all the licenses because they got him first. But the same thing, like I said the other day, with it was at nighttime, so maybe you weren't, maybe you were sleeping because it was 10:15 at night, so it was like 4 in the morning for you over there. Why I'm so bullish on these two companies, on Earth 2 and OMI, is because you have people like Dylan Seo in Earth 2 that was one of the founders of the Oculus Rift. That is major disruption there, and he's working with Earth 2 on this, and it's, again, they don't want to attach their names to anything that's going to be, has a high probability of failing. Same with Alfred Kahn. He's made billions of dollars. Like, I'm talking about like billions with all of that, with those licensing agreements. And again, president for 4Kids Entertainment. He probably gets offers out the yin yang for everybody, from everyone. But why did he choose Vivi? Why did he choose Vivi in conjunction with that used the OMI coin? He did that because he knows that's disrupting the collectibles market. That is his chance again to. He could have gone out on top of one. This is his chance again to realize, picture a 37-year-old heavyweight that is past his prime and probably retired, but retired as champion, and now he's coming back out because he knows he could beat this one person that nobody else can beat, and to prove that he's still on top, that he's still the best, he's the people's champion. Yeah, it's attached to such great things and disrupting. And again, we're getting in so early, before any major exchanges. Again, it'll pop up a bunch of other smaller exchanges in between then. But yeah, and this is technically a bull market that we're still in, even though we have had that big correction. I still say we're still in a bull market, much more room to grow, especially when it went down to like Bitcoin went down to like 30 and then went back up to 40. So it lost and gained 30-something% like in like an hour, which is ridiculous. Shows how volatile it is. But again, mark my words, before the end of this decade, you will see minimum of 5 coins, probably even 10, that have $1 trillion market cap. Obviously, Bitcoin will be one of them, Ethereum will be the other, maybe Cardano and Binance will be the third and fourth. But I guarantee you have others that will have $1 trillion market caps. Will OMI be one of those? Probably not by the end of the decade, but it'll probably, I don't know. Again, it's going to happen, again, because, again, deflationary item, you have something that a lot is taken out of the pool. There's some that we can never get. There's some that we'll never, anything that's in the BV and OMI wallets like that already we can't get. Like, that's already chosen for them. So yeah, that's why I believe that. You have these different products. You have drops going. The drops have increased from once every other week to once every week now. Eventually, we're going to have drops twice a week. So again, the OMI burn shall double. That we should save that for when My Little Pony one comes out. All these amazing licenses. Yeah, that's why. Lynn X says, yesterday, finished school, just exams left. Congrats, Lynn X. Hopefully now, I hope you're feeling better too. I know you mentioned you were sick the other day. Hope you're feeling better. And yeah, hopefully this summer, I don't know if you're working. I don't know if you just need a mental break because your brain's just been going at, full speed because finals and, those are rough. Reese Kendrick says, yo, Randy, how are you, my guy? Oh, me to the heckin' moon. I was talking to Taps Trades the other day, too. Taps Trades, we were just talking about Pokemon cards, and it's like, yeah, it's insane. Didn't know I was retired. I love it when other streamers that I look up to, that just, they mention me, and it's like, I feel like I don't know, like let's say like Taylor Swift is accepting an award and she thanks like Beyonce. Not that I'm Beyonce, but just, she thanks someone. It's like, oh my God, Taylor Swift mentioned me. It's like, you're just popular, right? Like, yeah, but Taylor Swift mentioned me. I'm not as popular as Taps Trade. He's definitely a little more popular. He's got a lot more subscribers. He is bae. We love him. YouTubers. Lord Vikushek says, OMI gonna go at least 10 cents because it's deflationary token. On top of that, it's used with each transaction. So at some point, there will not be enough of them in free float, and devs will buy from us. Yeah. Well, it's not even that there'll be enough in free. Well, that's the other thing. We had one person the other day spend less than $250,000. He spent, I think, $200,000, give or take. Maybe $200,000 is a little bit over what he spent. But he spent that, and that caused OMI to go from 0.0035 up to 0.0050. Like, that increased a lot from one person. And why? Because that order that he was trying to do wasn't being able to be filled. There wasn't enough sellers, and that's why the price skyrocketed. Now, obviously, when there were enough sellers, yeah, it went back down. People were trying to sell, like, oh, it's going up, let me lock in profits. So, it went right back down. But yeah, that is, if one person can move the market, what is that, 30%? The amount of movement that we're going to get when that does happen, especially when we have armies of people, well, I shouldn't say, me and Cavell Anderson and maybe a couple other people are just buy and hold. But then you have other very intelligent investors like Taps Trades saying like, hey, yeah, before a bear market, it's good to lock in some profits. And he's actually made a video on what to do, how much to save for taxes, how much to reinvest, how much to do whatever for. That's something that maybe he reaches more people, but I am very much in the buy and hold category. Again, that's what's helped make me my fortune. That's what helped make me retire. Other people, again, are good at reading the market, and I like to think I am too. But yeah, some other people are just better, and they don't just walk the walk. They talk the talk. Nope, I'm selling here, and then meanwhile the top is here. Which again, you're never going to get the top, but they sell pretty close to it, and then as it dips, they'll buy here, and it'll dip to here because again, you can't. But they do very, very well. I just don't like taxes, and I don't like giving the government more money than I have to give them. So that's another reason for buying and holding. But if you could just imagine when that time where they have to buy not just a couple $100,000, when they have to buy a couple of $1 million worth of OMI from the VV company because they're running low on OMI and nobody sells. If they can't get, oh my God, that's gonna squeeze like nobody's business. That's gonna squeeze like nobody's business. And that, again, that's in the future. It's not gonna happen right away. They still have, the burn total has only gone to almost 5 billion. It's like 4.88 something billion. But that's something that's going to be huge. And why are people calling me? I'm going to decline that because I'm in a stream right now. You see? Basilio says, we can hang at Jones Beach. For those of you that don't know, Jones Beach is a beach on Long Island in New York. It is, it's but if you want to go on vacation, like nobody says Jones Beach. Like, hey, where do you want to go on vacation? Jones Beach. No, you don't do that. You want to go on vacation in fun places. Not that Jones Beach ain't fun. It's just, not where you want to go. Like, it's not the cleanest beach in the world. Put it that way. Oh, yeah, Basilio. No need to go to Europe to see it. Thanks, Basilio. Lynn X says, all crypto started crashing again from negative 10% to negative 20% so far. Great correction. Great buying opportunity. And again, I know that a couple of people that are not like Lynn X. Lynn X has been a good hodler with some diamond hands, but some people, they panic sell. I don't understand that at all. Like, I can maybe see the rationale, oh, let me sell so I don't lose any more money, but again, if it's attached to a good product, like BV and OMI, they're not going anywhere. Even if OMI crashes and burns to under a tenth of a penny, and it goes to 0.0005, and it goes up half of 1/10 of 1 penny, so 1/20th of a penny. Great, let me buy all of it because it doesn't matter what it does short term. It's attached to VV, and that's not going to change. Maybe the actual channel they use, instead of being on Go Chain and they go to another chain network, yeah, that'll change. But OMI and VV, that relationship, that dynamic, that symbiotic circle that they make is not going to change. So yeah, if it does that, oh God, could you imagine how much I'll be able to get? $100,000 put into OMI at half of 1/10 of 1 penny. 1/20th of a penny would be nuts. Again, it won't get there, but holy poop. Wraithax says here, I have 16,000 OMI on Wraithax. Keep it up. Oh wow. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for that, right there. I will, yeah, when YouTube gives me out my next payout, I will make sure to put another 16,000 OMI on you, my brother. Thanks, man. And then when when that reaches a dollar in, let's say, 5 years, then I will take you out to dinner, or we will. I don't know where you live, where in the world you are, but yes, we will go and make merry with drinks and good music. That is what life is all about. And again, people have already told me, like, before any of us have really made a whole bunch of money, although a lot of us have, and a lot of my followers have. Thank you guys for 10 likes. Is that some people have just said, "Hey, thank you for streaming and just talking about like your hopes and dreams." Like, some might find it naive, some might find it this way, but a lot of people that say they really like that they got them thinking again, they got them like imagining, and yeah, I 100%. I wouldn't tell you guys. One, I'm not going to tell you guys to do something that I'm not doing unless it would be something along like Ethereum, where if I had more money, yes, I'd put in Ethereum. Um, and if, but I'm telling you guys what I'm doing, and I'm telling you guys some things, what I'm going to do before I do it. So maybe people could make the argument, well, he says he's going to do this, but will he really do this? And I said it was 150 that I was going to put into OMI, but I changed that to 125, and I changed the 150 from Bitcoin to 125, so I had an extra 50K to put into Earth too. Just letting you know where my mindset is, letting you know that type of thing. Yeah, so Linux, with the crypto going down, and a lot of people, again, that has to do with a lot of people just not having diamond hands. They sell, or again, that could also be people buying poop coins. They could be buying Beeb or Shiba or like Elon Doge, or like a bunch of these things that aren't attached to anything, that are really not good. And as they do that, again, it has no real value. It goes to poop. Poor Man Printing says, buy and hold, brother. Working on 4 million OMI now. Get it, Poor Man Printing. You almost have as much as me. Yeah, I'm so jealous of these people that have like, yeah, I got 20 million OMI, got 30 million OMI. I was like, oh, soon I will join your ranks. Not yet. Yeah, again, right there. Thank you so much for that. $50 super chat and 16,000 OMI on you. Spiesel Koenig said, I would love to have more than 900,000 OMI, but I'm only 20 and studying at the moment. So I don't have more money to spend and need some money to live. Again, I agree 100%, but the fact that you're here right now and you're thinking about this, thinking about investing and going, again, I don't know what you're going to school for, but yeah, it's you're starting very, very early. Even if you put in just a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit there, that will pay dividends in the future. Again, I wish I did this type of investing at 20. I didn't. I was, from 19, I was, I don't know, I owned my first apartment. It was my first grandma apartment, my first 1-bedroom apartment. It wasn't even a bedroom. And I was sleeping on an ab lounge, and I was working 3 jobs. I was working at that time, Levittown Animal Hospital. I was working at Newbridge Farms, and what was the other? Oh, I was doing like part-time chimney sweeping, and just to pay rent and just pay for car payment, and car insurance and all that. So yeah, it's a the fact that you're doing this now, that you're going to school, which if you're going for something that'll make you money, yes, hella important. Definitely continue that if you're going to something that'll make money. But again, if you're going for anything in the STEM field, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, or yeah, that's going to be very, very good because that's scalable. If it's for like any type of liberal arts, something, probably not going to make that much. But again, the fact that I wish I was doing this at 20. I wish I had these opportunities at 20, because they're like crypto. Yes, Bitcoin was around, but it was like the only crypto that was around. Like, nothing in 2010 or 2011 had any movement. A lot of it was just speculation, and crypto at that time, Bitcoin was just used by a lot of it on the dark net, which it's still used on the dark net, and dark net gets a lot of bad publicity because the dark net, people say, oh, well, yeah, you can buy drugs and you can buy very bad things on the dark net. Okay, well, you can do that with cash too. But a lot of people just use the dark net just to save on taxes. Oh, they get a couch. Oh, they get a table. Oh, they get this. So I'm not saying that the majority of people do that, but that's what people do, and I applaud that because they're saving money and it's a transaction thing. It's good. But yeah, you're 20 in this. Keep it up. Lynn X says, about to buy some more crypto on this crash. Life giving out opportunities. Absolutely 100%. And that's one of the only things that I don't like about Earth 2 is that the new tile prices don't change. And I wish they would, because being able to get something, or at least they don't change in a downward trajectory for new tiles. They only keep going up, which I understand why, but I also understand the fact that I think more people would buy if, oh, hey, I bought, let's say Puerto Rico at $3 a tile. Now it's on $2 a tile. I can get more. Just more money would flow in. But what you would have to do is you have to go to the marketplace and see people selling at discounts, or again, if they have a real major landmark, see people selling at like 10x what they bought it for, because they have a good landmark, they have a good opportunity there. Whether it's beachfront in Miami, you have the holy site of Jerusalem. Well, Jerusalem's not really open yet. Or you have one of the seven wonders of the world, or statues of Christ, that type of deal, churches, whatever. That would be that's a reason for you to upsell, because you have a place of significance. Now, moving on. Poor Man Printing says, to tell you the truth, this is going to be my retirement. I don't have anything in play for me, and seeing everything that Vive/Komi is doing with me with the NFT game is just a win-win, brother. Yeah. A lot of people, so just a little bit on me, maybe it's a little pat on the back to myself. Everyone was telling me from the time I was 20, hey, or the time I joined the military at 21, 22, they were saying, hey, go get put into a Roth IRA, put in a small amount of your paycheck to a Roth IRA. And at that time, I was like, no, I'm going to buy silver, and I'm going to, look at other things of investing. And at that time, I had Nintendo stock at that time, but at that time, I was more of a flipper. I was more of a, oh, hey, I bought Nintendo at 13, and it went up to 17. Oh, hot dog, let me sell. And then it went up to like $30, and I was like, ugh. So I was like crying. I was like, and that's when the diamond hands formed. That's when I was like, all right, never again, never. And now it's up like $70 a share. But yeah, so people continued when I got out of the military and said get a Roth IRA, and I was like, well, listen, I actually want to get into investing, and then when a Roth IRA or anything in the stock market, say buying the S&P, again, my partner Dan, who's much smarter than me, mostly, says like, yeah, buy the S&P 500, buy the VOO, and buy the SPY, because they both track the S&P 500. And the majority of his stocks were in there. And over the long haul, accounts that he didn't touch went like this. Obviously, like this, but that happened. But because I was making so much money on the high-risk lending aspect, again, I wasn't making 10 to 12% a year. I was making like 20, I was making double that each year. And some people paying off early, some people, so I was like, okay, yeah, I would just do that and consistently go like that. And I would say, like, this is my retirement. I would tell people, like, this is my retirement. And people were like, yeah, it's a little nuts. They did not believe me. But look at me now. I retired. People were saying, like, maybe you'll retire at 50 if you get lucky and you keep doing that. Okay, boomer. But yeah, it's this type of thing didn't happen in the past. You didn't have millionaires pretty much made overnight. You didn't have this type of thing happening. Or if you had 20 grand, 30 grand, you were supposed to put a down payment on a house, supposed to get married, have a bunch of children, and, so for them. But for me, which is going real against the norms of society, or I've seen so many memes, oh my God, about just being married after 30, try the dating pool after 30, and it's just horrendous. And it's like, well, I mean, again, depends where you look. It depends what you're looking for. My partner's 47. She's great. I love her. And I'm 30 myself. So, but this type of thing didn't happen years ago. You didn't have this opportunity. One, you didn't have the internet. Like on our parents' age, they didn't have the internet. I went over this the other night of being able to say like, hey, let me capitalize on my network. Let me go and talk about something that people are interested in, like Pokemon. Like there were internet pages in the 90s, but nobody was really blogging. No one was really talking in front of a camera. Maybe there was a thing on the X-Files. Maybe there was different things on Star Trek or Star Wars, but at the time, no new Star Wars things had happened. A lot of you guys are younger. There was a long period of time where no new Star Wars stuff was made. It was a dry season for a lot of them. And then when the new movies were made, everyone lost their nerdy minds, including me. But now that you can talk about it, you can capitalize it, like Dragon Ball Z Abridged, like that all of this is recent in the last 10 to 15 years, that we're able to capitalize on the internet and networks, and this is truly the best time to be alive. Especially us older ones having the experience of, hey, when there was no internet, hey, or when we was internet, there was dial-up, and it wasn't what it was today. And we can bring that experience here moving forward, and a responsibility to the younger people saying like, hey, don't make my mistakes, don't do what I did. But then that's also how you learn. Yeah, it's a win-win. This is retirement for, and I tell a bunch of people like you probably be able to. I think Jason Mack, who has over 1 million OMI, said, yeah, I don't know what I would never, when this does reach $1 and I'm a millionaire. He said I don't think Jason Mack, and apologies if he's here and if I'm misquoting him, and he said like I've never had more than like $20,000 in my account or whatever. I was like, okay, well, be prepared. And when I was in the military, I didn't either. So when I got out, and in the next year after I got out and started the high risk lending, opened up the own company, and I had more than 30 grand to my name, I was like, oh my God, like kid from Peru, born in like the dirt with no roof on the building that he was born in, has $30,000, and again, that's just the beginning. Do not limit yourself. Keep if your goal, and I've seen this in Pokemon a lot, they have their 9 to 5, they have their 40-hour week job or 35-hour week job, whatever it is, and they go on, they get another part-time job and another part-time job, and they're flipping stuff on eBay, and they're doing that for Pokemon cards because they know they only have a certain amount of expendable income each month from their 9 to 5. There is a lot of hours in the day, more than you think, and yeah, you have to sacrifice stuff. You have to sacrifice being with your friends. You have to sacrifice going out, or if you do go out, pregame at home. Don't spend $100 at the bar. Buy a $8 bottle of wine or a $15 bottle of liquor, pregame at home, and go out and have one drink. And you nurse that one drink all night. And then because, again, I'm not saying not to go out, and am I cheap? Sure, I'll say I'm cheap. I know a lot of cheap people say I'm not cheap, I'm frugal. Okay, that's every cheap person I know says they're frugal, they're freaking cheap. Yeah, I'm a little cheap. In the sense of again, grew up poor, but we're in a poor country. That's in my genes to, one, eat everything on my plate because you don't know where your next meal is coming from, and two, although I have a bunch of MREs, so I actually don't have to. And I have Tequila now too, so clearly every once in a while, I got 2 things of Tequila. Clearly, I do splurge every now and then. But yeah, this is retirement for some people, and if you're looking for a financial advisor, again, I actually could do that as was a financial advisor, but I would say go and find someone at a good firm. If suddenly OMI does go to $1, when it goes to $1 and now you have $1 million, tell that, go to a reputable firm. Don't go to a family lawyer or a family accountant that you've used forever. Go to a new person and find someone at a reputable firm that has great reviews, and do that, and let them know, hey, this is what I want to do for short term, this is what I want to do for long term, or keep listening to the Randy Chavez brought you this far. Nathan Hernandez, hi, is there anything new in Earth 2 outside of the leaderboard where those guys put in $1 million between the two of them yesterday? No, I don't think so. Not in the last couple of days. Again, I don't know the last time you have joined, but last time we had something new. It's really mostly just been Shane's tweets, which have been saying that the tickets, now it's not going to take several weeks in order to get your withdrawal. Now it only takes 24 to 48 hours. And it's going to be even less than that if you have a banking institution that that doesn't, let's say, recognize or hold dollar value, or whatever it is that they didn't hold. They're giving you an opportunity to get an E2 credit card or debit card, whatever it is. So whereas you are not in either a first world country or in a first world country, but you're in kind of like the backwoods, like in Arkansas or West Virginia or something like that in America. I'm sure they have ghettos in Europe as well, especially with those migrations of the. Anyway, I'm sure you have ghettos in there as well, where maybe because you're in a first world country, just because you have that doesn't mean that you have a bank that supports those types of withdrawals. So they're giving you a card for that. The crypto will be announced soon, and then the phase 2 will be announced soon as well. Just because things are moving along actually a lot quicker than I thought they would. Legio Leon says, Linux 100% agree. Lemon360 says, yep, same here. Nathan Hernandez, hey, do you think Earth 2 is still a thing? Is there anything new in Earth 2? Any updates? Didn't you just ask? Yes, of course. So like I said, two people spent about $1 million yesterday. Again, they were in the leaderboards already. They've been around for a while, the top two guys, but they weren't. I don't think they didn't have like 100K put in. So they put about $1 million in between the both of them yesterday. And those two people literally 10x what we get normal each day. Each day, a lot of Earth 2 usually gets about 100K worth of people just putting in, buying tiles, creating projects, creating tile art, a lot of good stuff. Whereas they 10x that by themselves. And again, there are whales, there are millionaires in here, but that is going to be the tip of the iceberg. Like where I've said, hey, there was a time a few months ago where nobody had reached that $100,000 mark that put in. I was like, and people were like, no one's ever going to spend that. I was like, Aria Realty was at the top of the leaderboards for a while, putting in like 20, 30, 40K. And I was like, listen, guys, he will be rich small by some of these people that are going to put in. Everyone's like, you're crazy. No one in their right mind was going to do that. But of course, you could tell it's people that didn't have a lot of money because money is all, and wealth and expensivity is all subjective. Like for me, putting in $10,000 or something is like, oh, that's kind of a lot. That's a lot. Just because I don't have millions of dollars. That being said, I'm putting up over six figures into things that I believe because I believe in them 100%. And that's why I'm saving minimum 50K for the Earth 2 crypto. And that's not including things that like we have in-app purchases maybe we might have for Earth 2. Or even buying some portal names. Like if somebody has Pikachu or if somebody has Pokemon, Score Bunny, EPL names. Okay, I'll name your price. Like, am I Robin Williams in Hook? Let me break out my check. Let me draw my weapon. Break out the checkbook. And Hook just shoots a hole in it. No, I believe that. Yeah, and if you have millions of dollars, well, let's say you have $10 million. Again, classic investing says you shouldn't put more than 5% of your money into something. So if you have $10 million, 5% would be $500,000. So they could throw around $500,000 like it's no big deal. And that's not including people that are worth tens of millions or even 100 million. They can put in a couple $1 million, no big deal. Not including the type of FU money that is in Saudi Arabia and in Qatar and in Dubai, where if you have a $200,000 sports car and you get in a crash and there's a little ding in it, they don't fix it. They just get a new car because of a lot of oil money. So again, that's a lot of things that people haven't been exposed to. So when people say like, oh, $100,000, no way someone's stupid enough to do that. Okay, well, if you have tens of millions of dollars or even $10 million, $100,000 is not a lot of money to them. It's still a lot, but it's not like a lot. So yeah, Earth 2 definitely, again, tip of the iceberg. Again, we're doing all of this without any real gameplay. You can buy and sell tiles and make tile art, and it's fun, it's cool, the community is great, but it's not to the point where we have a full game yet. And that's why I'm so bullish on it. We have all this with almost nothing. So it has been a half hour. What? Hey, Dad, writing to you, not to tell you that I still hate you, just to ask you how you feel. Sorry, I'm in a good Charlotte mood this morning, so I think that was a little too emo for people. I apologize. It's one of the first things that came to mind. Showing my emo here. Alan Thompson, what's going on? Says, hi, Randy. Do you think we'll be able to move some of our tiles in E2, maybe by using Essence? Yes, you will be able to move tiles. I don't know when. I don't know what phase, if that's just in phase 3 or we'll have access to that in phase 2. But I actually have a couple of thousand tiles in Antarctica that's not a part of Chaveztopia. I would just buy random tiles randomly. So I have a couple that I plan to bring to Chavez. That's going to be great. That is going to be heckin' freaking fantastic, and I'm here for it. I'm on board. I don't know when we'll be able to do that. Maybe it costs some essence to do that, which would make sense. Let's say if you have a 750 tile plot, maybe it costs 1 essence per tile. In which case, okay, then you use that essence for that day or that whatever, and you move it to somewhere else. Fine. That's when you're going to see megacities really come into the fold. That's when you're going to see megacities actually pop up everywhere. I don't know how much you have to have in order to consider it a megacity. Again, Chavez is 7 miles long, so we have a lot. But yeah, we have a. That's when Chavez I think can. I don't know if it'll double, but I have thousands of tiles already ready to go as soon as we're able to do that. But I think that's just from. I don't think you can take tiles from India and put it to Brazil, vice versa. I think it has to be within the same country because again, if you have tiles, let's say in India that are like $4 or $6 a tile, whatever, and you bring them to US, are they still worth $40 or $6 a tile, or are they worth now $50 or $60 a tile? So again, I think it's only within country. Yeah. No. But Tori Jean Pascal says, so as long as Vivi succeeds to sell everything between each drop, it's good for us that Viv doesn't advertise or get new exchanges, so OMI stays low and the burn is higher and faster. Yeah. And that's what I love about it, and that's what I think some people are missing. They tend to be in a good mood as things go up because they hold it, but if it's a long-term hold, then it doesn't matter what it does in the short term. And actually, you're doing yourself a disservice if OMI does go to a penny or 10 cents by the end of the year right now, like I still think, because that much less OMI is going to be burned. Now, obviously, you have people that, when it goes to 5, 6, 10 cents, yeah, some people take profit. Yeah, and it'll be a struggle to get there because they'll have resistance at some things. Once it gets to a certain amount, people automatic sell. They'll put in the automatic sell when it gets to 6, 7 cents or whatever. But at some point, you're going to have, again, more exchanges and more people with a lot of money. And we do have some people on here. Actually, I'm very, very proud of a lot of my followers that have, or my subscribers, people that we hang with. I don't want to say followers. It sounds like a cult. If I say that, a lot of people that associate with me and on this channel that have 10 million OMI and above, that have, like, Predict, Investor Ali, JP, Alex. One of these people has 100 million OMI, which is like, my God. And they have these different, I just don't see that on other channels. Other channels that have, it's like, yeah, I got, 500,000 OMI, and which is great. Buy as much as you can. Again, just my opinion, I would put in as much as I could because I believe in this long term, not financial advice. But yeah, it seems like the quality or the quality of person investor that seems to watch my channel seems to be a bit higher than a lot of other people. You have people asking intelligent questions. You have people asking really good questions. So that's what I like about it. But yeah, so I like, because the lower it is, the more OMI's burn, the better it is for OMI in the future. The better it is, not necessarily, I guess for Viv too, because I own a lot. The better it is for Viv. So and the owners and everything else. So I am 100% on board with it saying as low. I hope it goes lower. I don't care if I buy $125,000 at a half a penny, and then it goes from a half a penny to 1/10 of a penny, and I lose 80% of my money short term. I do not care. Again, I hope it does. This way, more OMI gets burned. That's better in the future. I can buy more down there. I'll continue to say that. Will it hurt? It's like, ooh, yeah, not a good feeling. But you know what? Long term, I'm okay with it. Jason Mack, what up, buddy? Spazel Koenig says, I hope Essence is not the crypto in E2. That would mean that we produce more and more of that crypto. Yeah, I hope it's not either. Or I hope it's different. Like, let's say I hope they don't do this, but maybe there's an Essence that you can use in game and an Essence coin as well. I think that would be a little weird and very confusing. It's like, oh, what Essence are you talking about? It's like when you have a maid of honor and a bride. They both have the name like Whitney. Which Whitney are you talking to? You know which Whitney we're talking to. Like, so that, what's the question again? Getting a little lost here. Yeah, 1 Essence per tile per day. Yeah, that we would have trillions in no time. Which again, I would not like. So I think I'm hoping what they do is, because again, for a real economy, it would be very confusing for scale. That's why I think $E is going to be their stable coin, and the crypto I think it's going to be different. It's going to be something different, because if we used, let's say if we used even Bitcoin, for shopping, for normal transactions, okay, well, Maybe a mother and her kid don't get milk this week because it's so expensive this week, but it wasn't yesterday, and they're going to wait until tomorrow, and something like that. So I think we're going to have two separate things. We're going to have the e-dollars, that's their stable coin. Similar to the way that GEMS is the stable coin for Vivi, e-dollars will be the stable coin for Earth 2, and then the Earth 2 crypto, I hope, has just a market cap. Let's say they print 100 million coins or a billion coins, 100, whatever it is, and then after that they go and that's all they mint. But there is a chance that say, okay, we're going to print 100 million, and if the price gets too out of control where people can't even buy a coin, we'll print another 100 million or something like that. I don't know. I don't know what the right thing is, and I don't want them to suddenly double the price, which would be really not fair. But I do think in some economies, again, not the Federal Reserve, but the U.S. does have a mint where they can mint some money, extra money, just because some falls out of circulation, some gets lost, you got to replace that. And again, economies grow. So yeah, I would definitely, and obviously being backed by something, the crypto being backed by the game is something that I like as well. But we'll have to see. Carl93 says they actually bought and sold between each other, so they abused the system. Carl93, who are you talking about? Who bought and sold between each other, so they abused the system? Yeah, let me know. Xbox Tamo says, "Hi Randy, how you doing? Strange hours for the stream." Yeah, so the streams, they go 10:15 at night Eastern Standard Time and 10:15 in the morning Eastern Standard Time. I do that because I like to follow Guidebook Gaming. Guidebook Gaming is really they're great. If you don't know who they are and you want free tiles in Earth 2, link down below for Guidebook Gaming for their Twitch stream. Yeah, they're pretty fantastic. But they go from like 9 to like 10ish. So when I start at 10:15, a lot of the Europeans, they go to bed. So I do this a lot for my European groups, which is pretty fun. We have good times. Crystal Shroud, never made an early stream before now. Yay, Crystal Shroud! I have owed Crystal Shroud a scary video for like 5-6 days now, something like that, and I will make it at some point. I promise. Maxwell Cook, what's going on, buddy? Says it's crazy that buying OMI at this price is 30x at 10 cents. Yeah, if you buy it right now, you're gonna 30x your money by the end of the year if it does what I think it's gonna do and reaches 10 cents. Oh God, that's insane. Which again, I hope it does, but at the same time, I hope it doesn't. I hope it stays down here so I can accumulate more and more and more and more. Again, if it stays down here, which I do not expect it to, but if it does stay down here, and Bitcoin does what I expect it to, and it goes from 40-something thousand to 250,000, you can be damn sure that I liquidate some Bitcoin and I put more into OMI at these prices. And at that point, I don't care. All right, government, take my short-term cap. Actually, I don't think I would have to, because I'd be transferring it to another asset. So I actually don't think I would pay for that. Only if I just keep it. So yeah, that's but yeah, you can be damn sure I'll be doing that. Again, if I wind up getting, let's say three coins, and the 3 coins, cost me 120, and then because it's 40K, give or take, and then by the end of the year it's 250, and the 3 coins now are, 750 total. Okay, I'll sell a coin. Would I put another 250 in? I don't know. Maybe I'd sell another 100,000, then put another 100,000 in into OMI, because again, I don't think OMI is going to stay down. I hope it does, but I would bet money. I would bet four figures. I would bet $1,000 that it does not stay down here. Bet $1,000 it goes over a penny, minimum. Crystal Stroud, that I hear there are a lot of videos of abandoned supercars in Dubai. Yeah, probably. We've seen that in Kuwait. It's definitely in Dubai. It's definitely in Qatar. A lot of those Middle Eastern countries with lots of money in them. Roby1 Kenobi, what's going on? Says, hey Chavez, keep it up. Great videos. Thank you, Roby1. And General Kenobi. Crystal Strauss says, I wonder if we could claim the abandoned cars legally if we went and found them. I don't know. I don't think people would bat an eye. Like, I don't, because again, there's so much wealth over there. I don't think people would bat an eye if they see somebody in a nice car. Um, unless they take off the plates, they take off the license plates maybe. But you can get new plates, put them on. But yeah, again, I don't I don't know. I don't know if I would do what I would probably try to do if I was living there. I would just take it, tow it back, and just sell it for parts. For the not the poor man, but the man that has a car like that, but they don't have FU money, and is like, okay, I can't afford a new one of these, but I can afford a couple grand to fix it. Maybe I would take the parts, for that. Similar to how I think Film Theory, they did a thing like, well, in The Purge, what's the best way to make money? Diamonds, rubies? No, they don't. They go to all the dead bodies and they put the organs on ice because organs are worth so much heckin' money. So that's what they would do during the purge. It's like, oh wow, I didn't even think of that. Yeah, foraging. Carl. Oh, the guys on the leaderboard. Sorry. So you're saying that Carl93. You're saying that the guys on the leaderboard bought and sold between each other, so it looks like they have. I don't. Are you sure? Do you have some proof? I would love to go deep down the rabbit hole and uncover that E2 conspiracy, if that was true. Let me know how you know down below in the comments, because that'd be great to uncover that. Dark Star says, I'm no financial advisor, but me personally, I'm trying to sell my car so I can get more OMI. Who needs wheel when you have feet? Let's get that bread. Right now I don't need a car either. I'm retired. I don't have to go to work. And I live very close to a Taco Bell, very close to a Stop. Is it Stop and Shop? I think it's a glitch in the Matrix here. I could have sworn it was a Stop and Shop. Like, I would have bet money. But when my girlfriend, we were driving back from a friend Dan's the other day, and she's like, oh, it's not a Stop and Shop, it's a ShopRite. I was like, what? And then I looked, and it was a ShopRite. I was like, get the fudge out of here. Like, what the fudge.exe? Like that white woman doing the Joe Biden. That's what I was doing for a solid 2 minutes. I was like, I'm not okay right now. I'm not okay. But anyway, yes, I would have the but again, my car is a 2012 Honda Civic. It's worth like $2,000. I don't know if that's really worth it to put into. I mean, probably is. I mean, I wouldn't have to pay for insurance anymore each month. So that'd be nice. But yeah, that maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. It would definitely financially in the long run, yes. But also in the short run, okay, maybe now I have to. The gym would be the hardest part because I still have to go to the gym, and it's like a few miles away. I can't just walk. I mean, I can just walk that, but it's several miles away, and my knees would hurt. Not in a good way. Alex says, fake news, guys. No abandoned supercars. Dubai is booming right now. So, Alex, if Dubai is because I've seen that before. Okay, so Alex says, back in 2008, yes, cars being abandoned at the airport, carnage right now, car showrooms. No, what we're saying is not that they're abandoned. It's just that not that they can't afford them. It's that if they crash the car, they don't just that they can afford. Obviously, it's booming because they can afford to just go out and buy another one. I think that was the argument or the statement that I was making before. But obviously, first-hand knowledge here with Alex saying Dubai is booming right now. Cars and showrooms selling hand over fist. So yeah, I would. God, I can't wait to go there. You and Investor Ali, we're gonna go. We have a huge party. It's gonna be great. Carl93 says, yeah, I've been told, but you can just look at their profiles. They have a low net worth. Well, they had the low net worth, I think, because they were buying different locations for more than was the price. Let's say the price is, I'm just using an example, $10 a tile, but they're paying $15 a tile because of the location on where it was. And if you do that with the location on where it was, then your net worth will be negative. Same as the Joker. Joker buys very, very good locations, and the Joker does that, and it shows his net worth as being, going down because he bought at a high price. Okay, he did that because he wants the location, doesn't care about the price right now, and you're paying over the new price value. That's why you have a negative net worth. But yes, they do want to bring attention to some problems. V2. They said fix the website. I don't know what they want about the website in particular. They want them to fix, but yeah, that's a good point. Lynn X says they did this to protest on Earth 2 website not working features. They've updated the heat map and I think 3D. Which features are they not liking? I'd love to have them on the channel. Be like, hey guys, let's go. What are your main concerns? What are your things that you would fix if you were at the helm? And see how they would do it. Yeah, I'd love to have them on the channel. Dogstar says, imagine how many calories you would burn. Oh yeah, but the thing is, I can't just because via the military. You're part of the military accelerated aging club, and yeah, knees are not good, hips are not good. Again, I'm like Yoda, in which hobble around for a bit, but if I need to for a half hour, I can go crazy with running or whatever. But after that, just nope, not a good time for me. Xbox 10 says maybe it's possible that some people are playing with the market on E2 because some places in one point or moment cost a lot, like EEUU $500 per tile, or Monaco at $400 per tile. Monaco's $1,400. Oh yeah, yeah. People do that all. They'll buy something for much larger than the price of a tile is. The price will go up, and then it goes back down as soon as somebody buys a new tile. So it does go back down after that. I remember one time, Brazil was like $30,000 a tile, or $3,000, something like that, and my net worth was like over $1 million. Like, I did it. It was a lot. It was insane. Excuse me. Alex says, okay, gotcha. Sorry. Yeah, no problem, Alex. Just joined the stream, so I missed the beginning of the conversation. All good, Alex. Glad to have you here. Crystal Stroud says, so I just read the title of your stream. You say new E2 leaders. I don't mean leaders like nobody's taken over for Shane. Just the two guys that are on the leaderboard, the top two. Again, not gonna say their names right now. I mean, you could see obviously their usernames, but their actual names. They've been here for a while. They've been here for a long while. I think Earth 2 Odyssey, Earth 2 Master. Someone did a interview with them as well. Our realty told me about it last night. I was like, oh wow, I didn't even check the leaderboard. Because normally I don't. Normally the leaderboard kind of stays maybe like, Talsa and Predict, they go back and forth or whatever, but for the most part the leaderboard stayed the same, and I was like, oh shoot. Alex says, I was looking at buying some tiles on Palm Jumeirah. They're around $10 to $20 a tile. I see villas here, so I thought maybe you can advertise on these tiles in the future. Yeah, you'll be able to advertise on pretty much any tile you want in the future. As you could do self-advertisements, or you could wait for other people to advertise where there's a lot of foot traffic. You can do that there as well. I was just not sure exactly what I can do on these tiles if I were to buy them. Again, if there's foot traffic, you can advertise anytime you want. I don't know how much it costs to advertise or to put advertisements on. You'd have to ask the developers that, like, hey, if I want to put an ad there, how much does it cost? How much whatever. But other people will pay you at some point if you're in a place with big foot traffic and a lot of volume. If you have, whether it's a mega city or you have fun games or you have cute girls, whatever. Lynn X says all leaderboard is broken. The info it shows is not correct. Yes, they actually swap properties between. Oh, okay. So they did swap properties between each other, and this way they. Oh wow, that's impressive. That's all right. Well, disregard my last statement or one of my other statements saying like, yeah, they put in $1 million in. Clearly, that's not what they did. But they made the value go up. Yeah. So I know there are people in leaderboards out there that have put in that money, like the Joker, like Predict, like Wraithax. People that are in the top 50 that have spent this much money. Yeah, a lot of people that have spent that. Clearly, obviously, there are people that do that and then manipulate the system or be in the leaderboard. Hope that doesn't get them banned at all for abusing the system, but yeah, disregard. I was wrong about that. Sorry for the fake news that I brought. I had to change the title. Maxwell Cook says Guidebook Gaming broke it all down last night about the. Oh, they did. The one episode I missed with Guidebook Gaming, I had stuff going on with an older client of mine that I wasn't able to go on. I actually almost missed the stream, or almost missed my stream, and continued over to this morning. Oh man, that was good on Guidebook Gaming for them. I I completely did not. What do you call it? The one stream that I missed. Man, so salty about that. That's because they were already in. Oh, so they were already in top 50. They wanted to get a message across. Only cost them $400. Oh wow. Shoot, maybe I'll do that. I'll do that, and I'll go and. Ari Realty, you want to do that with me? Want to get to the top of the leaderboard? Do that by ourselves, no issue. Well, the next says it's not abusing the system. They just show that the leaderboard is not correct. Okay. Again, not correct for some people, but a lot of the people that are on there, yeah, they have put in that money. So disregard that first like 3 minutes of the stream that I did about the Earth 2 leaderboard. Sorry about that. It's been an hour. Time for another Patreon member shout out. Do you really want to be like them? Do you really want to be another trend? I forget the rest of the lyrics. I'm so sorry. I don't ever wanna be you. All right, more Good Charlotte. Can I say I'm in a Good Charlotte mood right now? But that does not take away from the fact that, again, I still believe in Earth 2 100%. There are people that have put in well into the 6 figures into this. That there are millionaires and billionaires that will put in 7 figures into this at some point. So, yeah, not much has changed. The actual message has not changed. It's just that those 2 examples were just not the best examples to put in. The next is, will you buy more crypto since crash? 100%. Monday, I'm getting a couple $1,000s more, and I will put at least half of that into crypto. At least half of that into. I'll probably split it between Bitcoin and OMI because that's what I do. Again, long term, this is what. But again, at the crash, no crash. Once that big card sells, I will have the put $250,000. I'll split that between. Well, I'll have a lot more than that, but I'll put $250. I'll split 125 into Bitcoin, 125 into OMI, and then 50K I'm going to save for the Earth 2 coin, that Earth 2 token that has that. Linux says Twitter is crazy again. Something with China, but oh my God, China doesn't. Oh, they don't ban it. So Linux is like really good at breaking this news, despite being in college, studying for finals and all that. And again, I know you were sick the other day. Hope better now. Yeah, China. That's part of the FUD. A lot of it was Elon Musk. Some of it was China, but it created that perfect storm of all things together. So between Elon Musk saying he wouldn't start collecting Bitcoin, or he would stop receiving Bitcoin for Tesla. People repeating China's old news from like 2014 and 2017. Now that they're banning it, but they're saying big institutions aren't able to lend it out, even though the people don't really need that. The people are very technologically literate over there. They can get crypto themselves. In conjunction with CNBC, which for those of you that do not know, CNBC that's been printing a lot of these anti-crypto stuff the other day, that is a ruse. That is a ruse to get crypto go down. They're saying it specifically Bitcoin, crypto, saying titles like big institutions are leaving crypto in order to go back to gold. Another one yesterday says, don't listen to influencers, YouTubers, Instagrammers about buying crypto. They'll lead you over the edge and it'll make you lose all your money. It's like, okay, why is CNBC doing this? Okay, well, you have to look at who CNBC is owned by. Okay, well, that's owned by NBC Universal. Who owns NBC Universal? Okay, well, it's Comcast. All right, so who's the CEO of Comcast? All right, well, you have the founder, Brian L. Roberts, who owns Comcast. Or I'm sorry, the founder's son, Brian L. Roberts. He's the CEO. He makes all the decisions for it. Been having his companies print out a bunch of these anti-crypto things so the price goes down. Why? Because his son owns OWL, Oscar Whiskey Lima. That stands for Overwatch League. Now, why is he having crypto go down for his son? So that him and his son can buy it, and his son also, again, Overwatch League, those know, that's an esport. An esport is very, very heavy into crypto, into gambling, that are on DraftKings, and they're coming out with their own crypto. You come out at the bottom and you ride the wave when you have that K-shaped recovery. So that's again, conspiracy theory. No, like, again, proof's all there. It's very, very smart on their part, because are they doing anything illegal? I don't know, but they are definitely influencing the price as much as they can, so it goes down, so they can buy, and while his son launches the crypto and have it go boom. It's pretty genius, actually, but it doesn't take that long to figure out, what's going on. So anyway, guys, that is it for me today. My voice hurts. I have to go to the gym. I have to find other pants. These pants are too tight. I don't have underwear. So I'm gonna do that. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. I love you guys. Raythax, again, thank you so much for that super chat. That means the world. Goodbye, everybody. Oh, Linux says, by the way, I sent you before on Facebook. Hong Kong regulators set to ban retail Bitcoin trading. Only millionaires will be allowed to trade Bitcoin. That is so classist. So classist, and I hate it. I'll probably mention that tonight in tonight's video. Crystal Star says, thank you, Randy. Love your streams. Goodbye, Dashi. Bye, Crystal. Goodbye, guys.